change my screen. Or it's gonna change. Hey, bro. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, there it go. Peace. Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. We're getting acclimated. We're gonna get started in about 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Can somebody put a thumbs up in the chat and let me know if you hear me? There you go. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
You had kicked me off. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, I got my headphones in today,
Okay.
so I'm seeing you. Feel me?
Welcome in, everybody. What up, though, bro?
What's up? What's up?
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, man. How y'all doing?
Chilling, man.
Pretty good.
All right, I'm
Definitely.
coming, y'all. Y'all gotta give me a second. I ain't all the way from yeah.
She
No, it's
outside.
all
She
good.
outside walking or something. Right?
Whew. Trying to get myself together.
Hey, yo,
I
y'all still
gotta.
eat these? Damn, these shit's good as
Well,
hell.
I'm Teddy Bears. Yeah, I used to eat those all the time.
I still, I
And
still do
oh
it right
man, I
now.
hope this other one. Oh no, I decided that I was
Oh, I
gonna print
forgot.
them.
I
Vanilla
forgot
ice
about the
cream.
Let me
background
see
though.
if that's on the printer. I gotta go upstairs to check the printer. Get the what was that? The boundaries that you had.
Yeah.
Whew.
One time.
Take a breath. Take a breath. Take an inhale. Exhale, sis.
I am. I am.
Wagwan.
Trust.
Wagwan.
Woo.
It's good to the people.
Welcome,
From the east to the west.
LKLNS Hair Care.
From the east
Hello,
to the
hello.
west.
Give me a second, y'all. I'm just going upstairs to get the paper with the printer.
I just wanna thank you
It's gonna be home.
forever and ever.
Believe I almost put that hat on today, right? That's a Seattle.
Nah, it's New York.
Uh, on everything, I almost put on that hat today. Yeah. Oh, all right. Mine's the Seattle Mariners
Word. Come up a little bit.
or the Marlins or some shit like that. I don't know. Don't get me the line.
How was your day, Nevin?
My day was straight, man. My day was straight. It was warm. A little warm today. A little warm, but good day. We still working them 10-hour shifts right now, so
Word.
I've been up for a minute.
Okay, okay. Long shifts, long
I ain't even
shifts.
ate yet.
You ain't ate yet.
Nah, I be fasting. I only eat one time a day.
Okay. Intentional. I thought you just been rushing and rushing and
Oh nah, I keep a snack with me. You
pause.
see, I'm eating. I just choose to eat one time a day.
Gotcha. We're gonna get
Except
started
on the
in
weekends, I
about
be going crazy.
5 minutes. What you say?
I'm saying except on the weekends, I be going crazy on the weekends.
What you go crazy with on the weekends?
I don't have a
Oh, I'm
sheet with me
eating.
to read from.
I'm eating all kind of shit.
You gotta leave it right at like 8, right? Well, 1 hour, yeah, well, 9 your time, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So about an hour.
Yeah, so we might just skip the last piece that we broke up
Okay.
in chat, just to simplify it. That's another question. Are y'all, while we on preset mode, are you and Yetta staying longer than an hour or doing just an hour also? I don't think that ever was.
For me, I'm chilling. I'm here.
We all just did an
Mm.
hour tonight. It would
Yeah,
just make
I
sense
don't
if
want
we
y'all
all
to
was
do it without me.
unified.
I just needed to know.
Sit your ass down, there, nigga.
I just was
Nah,
trying to
that's
be on
that's
the
what I
same
was.
page because I'm with whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, if he's gonna be on for an hour, that's what we can do. We can all just do an hour today. No problem. No biggie. I'm just putting on my head wrap right now.
Okay, so that answers honestly because there we go. We on the
Yep.
same page.
Yep, we gonna do it for an hour.
You in agreement, Nevin?
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with whatever, man. I ain't got no plans. I ain't got no plans.
All right, yeah. So we're
Sit
gonna
around
do,
talking shit.
modified twist and tweak, and we're gonna flow and
I know
see
you can
where
do
we
it.
at
I
like
know
I
you
guess
can do it.
45 after and go from there.
Okay.
I say because everybody kind of really got the flow, and we ain't gotta pick out everything, just like a few different from each like space.
Mhm.
Kind of the same thing we've been doing anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
little condensed. That's all. That's all. Thank you for the heartbeat legendary. Welcome in everybody. Everybody ready?
I'm coming.
Okay.
Our hearts and minds are clear.
Please share the live. Tap the screen if you're in the room to support this
Yeah, I like that
movement.
background, yeah.
It's
That's a
in
nice one.
effects. I found it. It's in
You
like
see his,
look.
bro?
I don't know
I
if your
like
three where your three dots at, but it's in there. And you press the effects and you can change your picture there.
I just use my we gonna just use my wall back now.
I figured it out. Figured it out. I was like, you know what? It is on this other phone. I just couldn't find
What you
Okay.
snacking on, bro?
How do I put this? Let me see what background I want to do today.
Damn. Old school classic.
What you already smoked?
Yeah, you already know. Mm.
Is my music too loud or is it
No,
good?
To those in the
I
room,
think
run them likes up. Let's get 10,000 likes. Let's go.
Yes. Tap
yeah,
the
just tap the
screen if you're
screen, tap the
in the
screen,
room
tap the
to
screen,
We
tap
hit
the
support the
screen.
10,000.
movement.
Then we hit the
I
20.
believe you gotta not just tap the screen, you gotta tap the host box. You gotta tap the host box.
So use all your fingers. That's what I be doing anyway. I be like tap it. Matter of fact, while I'm talking. No,
What the
I'm
heck? What is the
proposing
backgrounds?
that
Add effects? No.
You allowed to do it, bro. I think if you do it, it messes up.
what you say?
If we like it ourselves, it fuck it up.
Yeah, I know the rules.
I said I think because
Yeah, that's
I
correct.
seen one
And
of us. I
yes,
seen one of us like
I didn't know
it.
that.
yes, if you do
Until
it
I went on
yourself,
TikTok.
yes, from your page, it'll they basically can tell you're trying to trick the algorithm, so to say.
Oh,
So I
shit.
use the other page, my other page.
Yeah.
Was it?
You can use the
Hi.
same page.
All right.
Miami. I'm in
Yeah,
Miami, man.
that's where I want to be right now.
Boy.
Miami.
That's what I would prefer.
Podcast.
I would prefer to be anywhere but here. Well, no. After these finals, then I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
After these
Y'all
finals,
was on our ass, man. I want you to know
Thank you
y'all
for
was
the
on our ass. We
rose.
got one though. We got one though.
y'all
And
got one.
yeah. Yeah, we
KLNS,
got
what up?
one.
Y'all got one. Y'all
Thank you
got
for the
one.
love.
Due to
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
orange man not staying at the bum house.
Hey yo, he came in there. I said, "Oh yeah, we gonna win this one."
Right, exactly.
He gotta throw the energy off. Ain't no way you don't.
He threw it all the way off. He threw it all the way. Oh my god, where's my other phone so I could
We
get
was
that
gonna
thing?
win. We was gonna win no matter what though. Yeah.
Oops. There we go. We're gonna get started in a minute, y'all. Thank you for coming in the room and spending y'all Tuesday evening with us for a spell.
Yes, we appreciate it.
Come on.
Thank you. Thank you.
De Niro Photography.
Who said come on in the room? That was Nevin over there singing that? Or
Yeah, so you
George?
know, you need photography,
That
the
was G.
videography, and all those things. Tap in with him.
Come on in the room.
Right.
I
You
say,
could
come
have got
on in the room.
that.
Come on.
He over there giving Deacon Nevin
Oh, come,
tonight.
come on.
That ain't me.
In the room.
I don't got that. I don't got that one in me.
Okay, Deacon.
Mhm.
That's G.
Yeah, that's
That's G over
All right, y'all. Welcome back to Four Corners. In part one, we explored some of the historical, cultural, and personal factors that contributed to the divide between Black men and Black women. Tonight, we're shifting from identifying the problem to exploring the path forward. This conversation isn't about assigning blame, it's about understanding, it's about accountability, and most importantly, it's about asking, what would it take for us to feel safe with each other again? I am Coach Jay the GOAT. I'm going to pass the mic to the left so we can introduce ourselves before we dive into episode 3, part 2.
I'm Nevin or Mac. I'm uh I'm speaking from Colorado.
I am Yetta, Beyond the Mole from Brooklyn. You know, yeah.
It's G. Taylor from Virginia.
And I'm from Texas. I'm from Detroit, but I'm in Texas. I'm in the corner of Texas right now. That concludes our Four Corners intro. I'm going to pass the mic to Yetta so she can share our house rules for the night and every episode.
All right. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Okay. Our house rules: respect over perfection, one mic at a time, disagreement is allowed, nobody is required to think alike, speak honestly, not cruelly, clarify instead of assuming, accountability applies to everybody. No weaponizing vulnerability shared in this space. Some opinions may resonate, some may not, and that's okay. Growth doesn't always come from sameness. So whether you're watching to learn, reflect, disagree, heal, laugh, or simply feel seen. Welcome to the Four Corners Podcast, guys.
Welcome. Thank you. There we go. And we about to dive in, y'all. Y'all ready?
Yes,
Yeah,
let's
we on.
Let's go.
go.
For the fellas, because the ladies have started, y'all have heard from us just for a spit, for a little snippet for a second. So for the fellas first, what makes you feel emotionally safe around a woman?
What makes me feel emotionally safe around a woman? I would say to be able to express my emotions and they be heard without being judged. To to be able to speak how you feel and then not be turned into how they feel or how they feel about how you feel. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would that's what and in turn, which you don't know you don't know if that's happening, but it not be brought back and put it on in your face and used as a tool. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel safe with black women. I feel safe. I think I had to go through a lot of learning to understand what that is and what that is and why that is what it is. Um, I did not feel safe for a long time, and it wasn't until in the middle of my 30s where I feel like it finally clicked for me. I will spare some of the details, but it finally clicked for me. So I feel safe with them now. I'm gonna just leave it at that for right now. And you said specifically what are some of the things make me feel safe? Humor. I think the most wonderful, beautiful things about black women is humor. I'm trying to cut up a little bit for real. That does make me feel safe. Like keeping it keep the vibe high. It ain't nothing like chilling with the melanated woman and the vibe just high. It really ain't nothing like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. It's cool. Make you feel safe.
Y'all kind of basically almost, well, it's a twofold question. What causes you to shut down or pull away?
Good
Mm.
question.
Well, right now, just to add to that, G, I feel safe right now too. Right now, in my point of life I'm at right now, I feel safe. I feel safe as well. But what would I don't know what would, but I can say what has. I'm hoping that these things I've grown from, you know what I mean, and these same triggers wouldn't do the same thing. But for me, it's when my feelings I feel like my feelings are dismissed or like because a person can listen to you and hear what you got to say, but don't do nothing about what you said. You know what I'm saying? So when I feel like it's dismissed or not taken as feelings as I would take or as I expect them to be taken, I would say
Mm-hmm.
that's something that'll make me not do it.
Mm-hmm. What about you, bro? Yo, twofold. What causes you to shut down?
Now it used to be myself. It was me causing myself to shut down with a certain level of it was just a lot of things I didn't understand. So it was myself causing myself to shut down. But at that time, that felt like not being heard. Maybe I might have a vision for something and it's not being accepted. Or maybe a lie comes up about me. So then there's kind of this like when someone lies on me, I just feel unseen. So then I kind of feel like, am I doing a lot of this? Like I'm not looking for everyone to know. I'm looking for you to know. You don't know because you lied
Word.
on me right now. And then as a man, I think too sometimes going on a little rant.
Yeah.
But this is about me feeling unsafe. When a man is logical, right, and someone lies on us, I think that sometimes sisters don't know how contemplative we're gonna think into that and all the different. For example, when somebody lies on a man, it's not so much that you relied on is in that lack of safety. You kind of have to start wiring all these other things together because you had this need to kind of protect yourself. And that's kind of one of the most hurtful things too about being unsafe is when as a man you start feeling like you need to protect yourself while you in a relationship. Or it can even be with your mondo. All our sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I would hate with y'all to feel like I need to protect myself from y'all. That would be like but that does happen. So
All right. For us ladies, what makes you feel emotionally safe around a man? And what causes you to become guarded or defensive?
Mm. Okay, so what I would say causes me to feel emotionally safe. Um, Grace, compassion. Um, in the same ways how they said listening to understand, not listening to respond. Actually, even when you listen to propel positive action, those things make me feel safe. On a greater scheme of what makes me feel safe is men that I see doing the work, men that I see doing their own personal shadow work, their personal own unlearning and learning. Um, that those are good tools for me, or good indicators for me that this is an individual that has taken time with themselves. Um, that means that they're clear about themselves. So if you're clear about yourself, you're gonna be it's more likely for you to be clear about me. Or just in general. Like, I'm not even speaking in a romantic state, just my brothers, how I interact, you know. But what would cause me to shut down would definitely be the lack of understanding. The lack of trying the lack of understanding, and the readiness to deem anything as small, or to deem what I'm doing as small, and to underestimate my power, or just not even power, what I'm in that essence, but more so my gift, underestimating my gift, because I'm many things. I'm many things, So when you start trying to box in my gifts, everything about me is a gift. Everything. The way I talk, the way I smell, everything is a gift. Everything. So any small little piece that you want to take and box it in, yeah, that makes me shut down.
What causes me to shut down, I would say, is like not being believed, like assigning, a different meaning than what I'm giving clarity to, causes me to shut down and be like, all right, what's the point of, trying, talking, giving effort? Am I echoing?
A little bit.
Am I still echoing?
No. I just think whatever it is, it's just something going on in the background that just sound like it sound like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. That's what it just sound like. I don't know.
Maybe I'm a little too close to the door. No, I feel like I still hear it. Let me take this off. Can you still hear it?
You know what y'all talking about?
Yo, the men.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love it.
Testing
Nevin
one,
like,
two,
Nevin
three.
like,
This
I don't
is
know what
real
you can hear.
time Four Corners behind the scenes, y'all.
Nevin like, he has not budged, bro. Like, he's just sitting there like,
Is it
I
better
don't know what y'all
now?
talking about. Yes.
Okay. Thank God. I'm like, maybe I just need to
You
turn it off
good,
and turn it
bro?
on. That was so funny.
I believe y'all can hear it though. Shit.
Yes, it was. It was like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It was definitely there.
What is that? Okay. Making sure I don't hear it. All right. So yeah, what causes me to feel safe is definitely really like listening to me. Not rushing to fix, not rushing to a solution, not rushing to a definition, like really just holding space and allowing me, because I know I don't get my words out perfectly, especially if I'm in the raw emotion of the situation,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
or it's a a raw topic or a triggered, area, whatever, like allowing me just to get it all the way out and listening. That's what
Mhm.
makes me feel, or I guess the gist of what makes me feel safe when it comes to men. Because my girlfriends, my sisters, we do that. But
Yes.
it's refreshing when the brothers can do it. All
Right.
right. So all right, hold on, wait. The next question is, what time is it? 7:18. When did vulnerability become unsafe? And a little context behind that. When self-protection becomes stronger than connection, this part of the conversation explores a difficult reality. Many people aren't struggling because they don't want love, connection, community, or partnership. Many are struggling because their protection mechanisms have become stronger than their ability to connect. Protection is necessary, but when protection becomes permanent, connection becomes difficult. So, back to the question, when did vulnerability become unsafe?
Mm. All right, my brothers, y'all first. We giving y'all the flow first. Whichever one want to tackle it
I
first.
say
So first,
I'm gonna say vulnerability became difficult for. It was always difficult from the very beginning. It was be tough, don't cry, don't like you know what I'm saying. So from the very beginning, vulnerability it's really working on trying to do it, and then if you do it in the wrong situations and it backfired to where I'm now at the point where the past the past things I don't bring to now to where it's like okay it's a clean slate. Like I'm gonna give you everything I can until you make me feel like I can. But again, I think it started for me. It started for me from the very beginning.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Mm. Mm.
Yeah, I never even thought about it how Nev put it, like from the beginning. I never even thought about it like that, like from when I was like where I was born from. And I would say, since I guess since I was created, and I didn't come up with a father in the home, I kind of had these issues with I didn't know how to really gauge things.
Mm-hmm.
And, in some ways, maybe that's how sisters feel as well. But it's just a certain amount of uncomfortability there, and then just all the arguments in different ways you get treated. You just kind of it leaves you in this space. I don't know when to say this. I don't know when to say that. I want to say this. Then as you grow older, mature, you may have a more personal relationship. You see all of these kind of learning gaps that we have with dealing with each other, and yeah, it makes being vulnerable very uncomfortable.
yeah.
Mm.
For me,
I think vulnerability came and it grew with when I realized that I could have boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like when I
Right.
realized I could have boundaries, that's when it became
hmm
You cut out your last statement, bro.
that's when it became comfortable to be vulnerable.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. What about you, Janae? You could go. I'll go last.
for me, it was definitely, I can say for me personally, yeah, it's childhood. Simply because, like, what I saw my peers doing, I wasn't allowed to. Like, I couldn't express myself in several different layers from such a strict household.
Mm-hmm.
Nail polish, clothes, like all those things I couldn't do. Like, some people experience that for small spells. I experienced that like from the time I was able to walk until high school.
Mm.
So for me, as far as like, yeah, just I never had it. I tell my daughter all the time, I never like she should be so grateful because she has such a huge village to unfold with,
Mm-hmm.
to escape with. Like I was just talking with my mom the other day. My parents, the adults that I came up with, it was one band, one sound, neighborhood, church, school, you couldn't talk one adult against the other adult, or like, oh well, so and so said. There was never like a place, a person, or anything like to escape to.
Mm.
So yeah, for me, definitely not my parents, none of that. Like conversate, like just really regular conversations that shouldn't have been hard, or should have been the norm, that wasn't.
Um. Oh. I feel like vulnerability became more unsafe for me as an adult without my mom here. You know, my mom was that anchor of vulnerability for me. And when I say my mom, I'm referring to the woman that raised me. So her, just how me and her interacted, everything. And because I was adopted and I was her adopted child, we had conversations about that, how to navigate that. I felt the most like unprotected when she left this earth. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I feel and still, even now, like, it's now, she passed June 25th, 2017. And there's still things that I feel like I'm learning to be what she was to me. Like, I'm learning to be that for myself. But at the same time, God has truly blessed me to, within this time, know how to um appreciate even the people that was there, even amongst her. you know um a lot of the people, that did become safe spaces were friends. you know um because, similar to what you said, Janae, a lot of, growing up growing up in a coddle household was definitely church. you know um a lot of that, a lot of things of, curiosities, all these things like that you was taken aback from. But the people that I was able to share these things with were friends that were also going through similar situations. So, to me, I've, as I said, I've felt the most unsafe with my vulnerability as an adult after my mother died. So, yeah.
Condolences.
Thank you.
Most people are not born afraid of vulnerability. Something taught them that. Maybe it was being mocked for expressing emotions, being abandoned after opening up, being cheated on, being rejected, having private struggles used against them later, being told their feelings didn't matter. This question invites panelists to explore the moment or pattern that caused openness to feel dangerous, or that question rather, because we already asked it.
Mm-hmm.
So the next question is, what are Black men protecting themselves from, and what are Black women protecting themselves from?
Ooh. Mm.
What are
Go
you
ahead,
protecting
brother.
yourself from concerning the opposite?
Uh, concerning the opposite sex, right?
Yeah.
I
Yep.
mean,
So
in life, I'm protecting myself just from the world, but as far as the opposite sex, I'm not protecting myself right now. I'm open. I'm
correction.
not.
I
I'm not.
apologize. It's just, what are Black men protecting themselves from, period. What are Black women protecting themselves from, period.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would say in that case, I would say I'm protecting myself from failure, from oppression. Uh, the world ain't it's not nice, man. The world's not nice, so you gotta be protected from that. But as far as when it comes to the opposite sex and from black women, I'm I'm done protecting. I don't think I think in order to protect, you gotta be under attack. You know what I mean? And
Right.
the way I view it is, if
You better go
you're not
ahead.
attacking me, so what am I protecting myself from?
Mm,
So I can
mm,
come.
mm.
Is that what they say?
Right, right.
Yeah, I agree with Nev.
Well said.
In society, I think that it's people are protecting their heart, but to protecting their heart, I think in a growth trajectory, in like a growth scale, it's on the weaker side. And I say that because I just
Mm,
think that when you meet more mature men and women, they always have this revolutionary different perspective on everything. And so what I assume is everybody kind of beneath that, that's why they are where they are. And that leads to you just got all these needs too. It was a girl came in my store the other day. Her boyfriend broke up with her. She's an underclassman. She just graduated. So she coming out of high school and going into college. Cute little girl. I said something to her about her transition into college and
mm-hmm,
men. And she was like, she just gave me this face and was like, no matter what, like she straight up told me all men are. She said something, but it was just a horrible perspective. Well, my point in bringing her up is I can see if she get into something, why she have a need to protect herself.
mm-hmm,
You think everybody is, and anyway, on the whole other side, when you meet mature men and women, we tend not to really view our counterparts like that. We kind of, we look at it we look at it different now. But like I said, socially, I think people have a lot of fear of shame, of they have a rule about not embarrassing a man. A lot of men go through things, they get embarrassed by women. It could be socially, it could be lies, it could be literally taking you down in status or reputation destruction.
mm-hmm.
Those things happen. It get deep. I don't even want to go too much. It's actually a lot to it because I will say one last thing. I'm in Lynchburg, so I think about church a lot. A lot of times when people go to church, men and women, we're talking about us as men. There are a lot of social vulnerabilities at church. You in there trying to
Mm-hmm.
get a healing and be a young boy, but you can say too much. You can tell somebody too much. And me and um even with the me and sis was talking about the other day about how even in like daycare and
Mm-hmm.
in teenage babysitting, a lot of people will say men are predator this, predator that, but a lot of guys will tell you like, yeah, my babysitter did this to me.
Mm-hmm.
So and then in some ways when you young, it kind of takes some rewiring to hit you when you grown and you like when you start having kids and you start looking at your mom and your daughter, you like that's not okay. Like
Mm-hmm.
and it's normal sometimes for these aunties and different things to so I'm gonna digress on that though. I just given a few different things for me and lastly for me personally, I don't have a need to really feel like that now because I've grown into my nature, into my adulthood. um Other than that, when I was younger, just going through different mirroring and getting triggered for this, that, and the other. That's all I can say
Mm-hmm.
as far as
I'm
getting protected.
I'm gonna say this piece, like this. I guess this piece that goes with this question, and then me and you can answer Yetta. And
Okay.
also, this will be just part one, part two, if that makes sense, because we're
I
gonna
get
finish
you.
this next Tuesday. So wherever
Mm-hmm.
we leave off right now, y'all, for those who are tuning in, just meet us back here next Tuesday, and we're gonna pick up where we left off. But historically and culturally, many Black men have faced pressure to be, and I guess society's words, providers, protectors, strong, unemotional, resilient, while often receiving little space to process their own pain. Many men may be protecting themselves from rejection, disrespect, failure, public humiliation, financial inadequacy, emotional vulnerability are some of the, I guess, popular, common things that men and whatever data or statistic they've gathered that information from. But that's what I got for that piece. Now over, I guess, to me and you, Yetta. I don't know who want to answer first. What are we protecting ourselves from?
I'll be honest, prior to, us starting this podcast, us developing all of our genuine relationships amongst each other, I wouldn't say it was protecting, but I definitely, when it concerns like being in and around men, my friends, my closest friends and family will tell you I nickname men species. Maybe like around the pandemic, I literally coined men species, and if I if it was befitting at the time to me because so much was just happening. Even now, so much is still happening. But my viewpoints are elevating, But I definitely did feel that way because it became too I guess consistent for me to just witness so much amongst my sisters. And like I said, like I love black women. So it's just like, in that same quote while you were saying how society expects black men to be unemotional and all of that, in the same token, society expects black women to also be emotional but be a rock, if that makes sense. Like, we're allowed, we're allowed to cry, express those genuine or whatever, quote unquote looks of what emotional is. But at the same time, we are supposed to be a rock. Like, women aren't supposed to break, like mothers specifically. Let me get to mothers, and I'm not even a mother. How many times have oh, where's her mother at? Or why her mother ain't doing this? Do you not understand? Sometimes these women have a million and one things to do. And if you really think about it, like all of those duties, she has to play wife, she has to play mother, she has to go to work. Those are three different roles, with three different tasks attached to it. And she cannot drop the ball on none of them. So yeah, that seeing so many women in my life from the pandemic, like the pandemic was horrible. Like it exposed so much horrible, just like how relationships were literally built on facades. Like it really exposed that. So like watching so many women have to witness their husbands or their spouses or their longtime partners become this whole different person during that period in time. Yeah, it did something to me, and that's why I coined them the species. And I felt like I needed to protect myself from eventually becoming one of those women. You know what I'm saying? Like eventually to become one of those women. Like I had to protect myself in my head from becoming somebody's baby mama. Just any old regular dude baby mother. Like, why? Why? I didn't want that. It not, because now I'm grown. So it's not that whole stigma of the teenage thing. To me, it was, I'm not gonna like, no, you out here doing all of that. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? My seed is blessed. You feel me? So, but now I don't feel like there's nothing that I need to protect myself from when it concerns a person that's on on the same frequency. But if I'm regarding people that's not on my frequency, I feel like I'm gonna always have some guard up because I can already tell that you're a fruitless person, which would mean we would have very little and limited engagement in the first place. So only a person that's on my frequency I would have any form of engagement with, period. So there's nothing for me to protect myself from now. So
Period. I love how everybody likes put that, because if you don't really give the intention or give the mindset of being under attack, then how can you say,
yeah,
I love that. I love that.
Nevin started that off right there.
He showed it.
That
Like,
off. Like he really put that how we, literally how we all genuinely feel now.
Yeah.
protected.
In the right
Top,
context.
side, middle, left, right, protected everywhere. But what definitely used to be for me was rejection, failure, abandonment, neglect, just from experiencing that back to back disappointing my, parents, disappointing my daughter. Yeah, those are things that for sure used to be a hard layer of like just what like what I felt like I was protecting myself from. And it used to be crazy because I would have the crazy. Now looking back, I can see. I was telling the client today, like how we assume the worst case scenario a lot of times, and have like it takes practice pulling back from thinking the worst case, because even though it could have very valid reason of why it exists, not giving every future moment a what if assumption. It just flow. Instead of thinking and being and living in so much fear and negative and worst case scenario, it could actually turn out to be magnificent.
Right. It really
is like, dang, we might get there and we might do this, and it might not.
Right.
Everything right, like, but we do that. I told her I just did it today. I was texting my pops, my biological father. And I was asking about his background because I don't really know a lot of his roots. And midway of me texting him, he stopped. Like he answered like 2 questions and then stopped. And then like partially answered 1 question, didn't even really answer it, but then just stopped. And I was texting my mom kind of at the same time. And I was like, I think he just blocked me. I'm like, dang, my feelings kind of hurt. Like, I think he just blocked me because it ain't going through no more. And she had brought me back real quick, like literally within the same thought process of like still processing, like, dang, did he just block me? She's like, well, his phone probably went dead. Something that, but like those moments repetitive are catastrophic to our nervous system, to our, perspective, to our lens on looking at things, looking at people. Like when we go into it, just it ain't the worst case scenario. Ain't got to be the first.
Right.
Assumption. But
It's so hard though. It's so hard. It's so.
She brought me right back. I was like, oh shit, she right. You right. I'm like, it could be. I still ain't get no text back, but I let it go. I let the moment go because I didn't know. Instead of assigning what it was, because I really genuinely didn't know. His phone could have went dead. He could have got tired of texting. I know, but who knows? But I also don't know. So let me not. But
assume.
Yeah.
And I feel like even just that, like the way that a lot of the times, even a lot of us, like both men and women, we rehearse like the old stuff. And I'm delusional. I will feed myself that delusional story. Oh my God, the way I'll feed myself that delusional story.
Yeah.
And it's so sad, but I will really,
like, why am I doing this to myself?
Right. Like I will literally feed myself the delusion story. And I'm just like, Canada, you gotta stop. Like, get grounded. Get grounded, girl. Like, stop. Sure. And like you said, like to really practice the best case scenario in your brain. And I mean, that's something that I've been working on since last May of last year. And when I say it has definitely helped. That's another tool that I like, rehearsing it mentally in my brain first. And the one thing about me, because I don't know if everybody believe in astrology, but because I am a Pisces, full Pisces, all my placements are in the Pisces. We are very intuitive. Yeah, so what I got? We're very intuitive and dreamy people. So how I do it now is I will inflict the delusion story, how it was negative before. Now I'm gonna insert the positive side of that in my dreams. So usually once I put it in my dreams, that's it. Because that's one thing about me. Anything that goes on in my dreams, it's not long before it's gonna manifest into reality. Like it's not long. So, yeah, viewers, I guess that's my little tidbit for y'all. Maybe y'all could utilize that, Put that joint in your dreams. Let that thing set up in there. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, George. What you were saying?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, yeah, let that thing sit up in there.
For our
But,
skill, it said many Black women have historically carried responsibilities for families, communities, and households while often being expected to remain strong through hardship, like Yetta pointed on. Some women may be protecting themselves from abandonment, inconsistency, betrayal, being unsupported, being unheard, or carrying everything alone. That broke down that piece. Our last question before we take a pause is, have we confused strength with emotional suppression? And before we answer, let me give some context.
Yes, girl. That's a great question.
Have we confused strength with emotional suppression? And we're going to let y'all sit with this until next Tuesday after we wrap it up. But many people were taught stay strong. But strength and silence are not the same thing. Strength may mean feeling emotions without being controlled by them, communicating honestly, asking for help when needed. Suppression often looks like bottling things up, avoiding difficult conversations, pretending not to care, and carrying resentment. So,
and that's a great topic as far as our community as a whole. Was we supposed to answer that tonight, or we answering that today? We can answer that today.
Yeah, we can. We can touch on it, and wherever we leave off is cool because we in agreement. So have we confused strength with emotional suppression?
You gonna start first, bro?
Yes.
Go ahead, bro. Please.
Yeah, we have, because even when you follow it through the theology, a great example. I was just writing an article on the Trinity, but I was writing about how the Trinity, that a triune nature, something that is three separate things but function together. There's many things that work like that, and our ancestors left us many things about that. Going back to where we are here, when you meet these people in theology that have a need to see it a certain way, that's where that suppression comes in. Now, any other way is looked at is bad, and any other way is this and this and this and this and this. Now, when you're children, you raised under that. Even some of the things with sin and character, and there's another way to put it is there's whole different dynamic ways your parents would probably love you if they had a broader view of nature in these different systems and different modalities of nature. Then when they're so simple and from these foreign cultures, strength takes on a new look because the strength is coming from the culture you're trying to fit into, but it's not your natural strength.
Hello.
And I think that goes back to what we're dealing with as melanated sisters and brothers.
Right.
We're dealing with a lot together as a result of us trying to keep up with this central system that's unnatural to us.
It's not for us. It wasn't built for us. Hey, bro.
Who next?
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, that's basically it.
Oh, because I'm like, you left us right there, but I can't see you. I can hear you. I 100% would agree. We have confused strength with emotional suppression. When it concerns the men, I was recently it was a whole thread um on Instagram with just all these black male celebrities that unalive themselves. And it really it one of them in particular, I remember how I felt when the headlines came out about his unaliving himself, which was Chris Lighty, um, a music executive that helped the likes of Busta, Missy, all of that. And that's big here. Hip hop, the birthplace is New York. So, you know, and I remember them having like these like several events throughout the city due to his passing. And it just, even then, I think that's where this whole thing for me wanting to start the Soul Brothers come from. Even then, I'm realizing it now, is that even then I was just like taken aback by how many of them was like, oh, he was always so this, so that, da 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 da. It didn't. Nobody like he just never allowed himself to express or nobody ever gave him to the space to express. Either way, that man left here just so broken and so hurt. But yet and still he had this whole facade of being strong. That's and then when it concerns the women in our community, I've seen so many women never have the life that they wanted. Like, never. It's so many of them that wanted to be pilots, wanted to be teachers, doctors, lawyers, singers, artists. And all of that was stifled because they did what? Got married, had a husband, had children, and then their life was cut short. Nobody, no auntie, nobody told them, "Hey, baby, you could do both. Don't don't do that." You know what I'm saying? So now everything that they had inside of them, the glow, the essence of who they were, was stifled, was suppressed. So yeah, I feel like our community, we don't leave room for people to I feel like true strength is being able to say I'm not okay. True strength is being able to say, "Hey, I'm low today." True strength is, bro, nah, today, today. That's true strength to me. And I'm willing to do my part to help our community to stop confusing strength with emotional suppression. 100%.
Yeah. Period. What about you, bro? Nevin. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Mm-hmm.
can hear you.
Oh, all right. So to me, I think so. I agree. I agree. I think yeah, it is confused. It is confused, and I think that just like most things, it was programmed in us to be that way. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it go way back before us, but it was taught to us to where now basically the lack of or expressing them is called what was called strong. I wouldn't call that strong now. I would call that weak. But that's just me. But the
Mm-hmm,
rest of
mm-hmm,
the
mm-hmm,
from the
mm-hmm.
from the from the outside in for a long time it's been that. I think it's unhealthy. I think we need to get past it. Like and it's even affect I feel like us as our generation have did even worse than than our parents did. Because for whatever reason, if y'all see these kids nowadays, the kids and the teenagers nowadays, like they on purpose, they emotionless on purpose. Like they just don't care about nothing. Like the I don't care is the biggest thing said when like you supposed to care. Like you only get one life and you can mess it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should care, but they it's a purpose thing. You can see kids they stand like this. They
Yes.
I don't know where or how that came about,
Yes.
but I know that it's a thing.
It
So
is.
it's actually getting worse. It's actually getting worse than what it was. And that's why I think also you got everybody, all of these people, these kids killing kids or unaliving kids. You got everybody just acting out of emotions instead of actually expressing and communicating emotions.
Yeah,
Only emotion that's really accepted,
definitely. I feel like collectively,
anger.
we just got you. I'm
Right.
sorry. Were you through? I'm sorry.
Only the only emotion that's accepted or anybody view or see is anger. So now every emotion builds up to anger.
Or aloofness, like what you was talking about with the kids. Is that the word I want to use? Like how you were saying with the kids, it's a word for that, a term for that. Like how you were saying how they all stand back and they all have this look of they're not
Non.
disinterested. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
disinterested
Hey,
in everything. And it breaks my heart to see it. But you are most definitely right, bro.
They don't like to go the extra mile.
It,
Teenagers of this century, like it's gone. That's a whole. Oh, we can
yes,
talk on that.
but he hit it right on the head because they do. Or a lot of, I don't know it and it's like he said, our generation is majority of the today's parents, right? Today's
yeah,
generation
yeah.
parents,
We the
and
moms and dads.
yeah, and we have contributed negatively. Clearly, these kids don't express any, and they are so disinterested in things like they're too above everything. They're above the program, they're above it, like
Entitled.
above
Most
it.
of them don't know the things to be appreciative for. Oh, we can
And
talk
no
about just
sanctity of life, like zero sanctity of life.
being self-sufficient. They like the microwave, process because that's been their process. They don't like to work. We could talk about teenagers.
No,
Teenage
no,
milestone
no,
was
no, 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 no. We was talking
teenage
about the emotional
milestone
perspective.
was a motherfucker.
Oh yes, we could add that to our topic. Do do.
For sure,
There's
for
is
sure, for
our
sure.
fault, man. That's it's really our fault for
It
real.
is. I I
It
I
is. I
literally.
take full accountability. Like I take it every day. It is. It is. It is. It is. But it's not too late. That's the beautiful thing about, us as well. Like we get to, yeah, they teenagers now, but we also know like the influence was more so outside of the home concerning us
Them.
right here than
Yep.
inside. And you
Mm-hmm.
know what seeds you plant into your child at the end of the
Right.
day, just like us. And seeing
Right.
that mirror, like everything my daughter doing.
Ah,
My mama told me. My mama told me. I feel like she's put a spell on me. You're gonna get it 1,000 times worse. And yes, okay.
it's the circle of life,
2026 was a
child.
whole different than 2008. But yeah, to wrap this up, because we got 4 minutes, we're gonna do our closing reflection and like 3 affirmations and piggyback, like I said, pick up where we left off right here from our discussion questions. But the wrap up is, at what point does protection stop protecting us and start isolating us?
Mm.
At what point does protection stop protecting us and start isolating us? Because sometimes the very thing that helped us survive in one chapter becomes one thing preventing us from thriving in the next chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And perhaps healing begins when we learn the difference between a boundary and a barrier. Some closing affirmations are, y'all repeat after me. I can be both protected and open.
I can be both protected and open.
I honor the parts of me that learned to survive.
I honor the parts of me that learned to
To
survive.
learn to survive.
And last but not least, I give myself permission to learn how to connect again.
I give myself permission to learn how to connect
To
again.
learn to connect again.
Amen.
Period.
Ashe. Amen. Ashe, ashe, ashe.
So that concludes our part 1, episode 3, part 2. Thanks to y'all
Right.
for the, oh, look at it. Y'all see our hearts?
Nice. Okay,
And I've been
guys.
stopped, by the
We
way,
definitely
because
could have
I be
went.
talking with my
This one
hands.
could have
So
went
I've been
mad long.
stopped.
Yes. I
So
talk with
thank
my hands
y'all.
too, girl.
Thank
You
y'all
see
for the
that?
I
likes, the
apologize for the
hearts.
short hour. We won't do this too often. We got a rest.
Yes. Not
So
too
we're going
often, y'all, but today we keeping it short.
yeah, but we will be back next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm Coach J the Goat. That's next. We can't hear you.
Mac.
There we
That
go.
Nevin.
He
All
Daddy
right.
Mac 10 Tuesday. I mean, yeah, 1020. Mac.
Exactly. Yetta, be on the mode.
You dig, G Taylor, aka Seven Hill.
That concludes our Four Corners episode 3. Y'all have a great Tuesday. Peace.
Later.
Later.